Peace be with you and welcome back to my channel for another video. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and also feel free to click the notifications button so that if I upload content that resonates with you, you will get notifications whenever I have new videos on my channel. So with that being said, I always give a short, brief description of how my channel works. I basically channel messages direct from the divine as it is a gift that I was born with and that I've had all my life. And so I use it here on my platform to convey messages to the collective or for just people that are looking, seeking on their spiritual path and you just want information, right? So with that being said, let's get into the message. The message today is very, very clear. This message goes out to the divine feminine, the empress, the high priestess. Most of us already know this, but this is mostly for the empress in training, the empress that is coming into the knowing of her energy, the high priestess that is coming into the understanding of her power. I want to specifically talk about the solar plex, the sacral sexual chakra, also connected to the root chakra, but the solar plex that harnesses all of your gifts, your abilities, your dreams, your aspirations is right there in your solar plex. So for those of us that are not educated on where the solar plex is located, let's just say in the uteral area, right? The female reproductive area. Let's just include that entire area in the abdomen. Okay, just so that people aren't confused of where that energy lies. And the reason I want to get into this is because Spirit said to me very clearly that when we're on our divine path, a lot of us understand the power of celibacy and what that means because you harnessed a lot of your feminine energy. But when you decide to break that seal for whatever reason, okay, with a person that you allow into your body, you are now sharing a very sacred space. It is far beyond just having sex. You are transferring spirits. Okay, so it's really important, depending on the evolution that you're at as a divine feminine, that you are selecting men, be it your husband, boyfriend, whatever your sexual preference, that you're allowing that space to be penetrated by somebody that respects just how sacred it is. Okay, this also goes out to the people that have co-created, made babies, right? So your past really doesn't matter. It does. We'll get into that a little bit in this video, but not to the point where it can be debilitating, where you can't repair your solar plex or get back your gifts, right? So one needs to be mindful. Sex magic is real, okay? Instinctually, a man knows when you've been sexual. A man knows when you have been pleased, okay? They have a sense. We give off a scent, actually. Let me get a little bit more into the biological aspect. We give off a scent, just like animals in the wild. When it's mating season, a man can tell whether or not you have not been pleased and or sexually satisfied in any way. Sometimes it's based on the way we walk, and oftentimes if they're in tune, it's a scent. Now, why is this important? Because you have to remember that when you're looking for your divine masculine, depending on where you're at in your evolution, in self-love, right? So you're respecting your body, you're treating your body well, you eat well, you're not just giving that energy to everybody because it's power. That's all of who you are is right there in your solar plex. Okay? So being very mindful, being very selective. This goes out to the people that obviously were all of age, hopefully, you know, and we've had sexual partners, more than one. Be that as it may, it has been proven scientifically that you carry the DNA of your past lovers if you don't know how to cleanse that yoni space, to remove that energy, right? So, how do we do that? Very, very easy. You know, there are things that you can do from an herbal cleansing bath aspect, of which, that information is available. Some of it is sacred information. All I can tell you is that once you line yourself up with spirit, spirit will guide you on how to cleanse that, if that makes any sense. Some of that stuff is protective, which is why I'm not going to put it here on this platform. But for the person working on themselves, understanding themselves, they will know when they know when they know. Okay. So, how do we remove toxic lovers just in a general sense? Forgiveness, right? If you've lived long enough, you've had a heartbreak, you've been abandoned, you've had somebody make you feel like you weren't as beautiful as you were, right? Be that as it may, forgiveness, releasing the person from your core. I don't care if that man ran off and married a person that you felt they shouldn't have been with. You're harboring that resentment in your solar plex, right? So releasing that, forgiving them. First and foremost, forgiving yourself for being vulnerable in a state of needing love and allowing yourself to co-create, make a baby, be with somebody, whatever the case, we all have our stories. But I'm here to let you know that until you collectively take all of those sexual experiences and understand the lesson in it, one cannot be sexually healthy, right? So beyond the sexual aspect, let's talk about creativity, because that's where your creativity lies. When we clear that solar plex, when we start to meditate from that sacred part of our body, meaning we are channeling light and love and healing for those people that have violated our feminine nature, right? Be it in child molestation, rape. My heart goes out to people that have been raped, right? But the healing is possible. The healing is possible. Being responsible for what you can be responsible for and leaving the rest. We are not responsible for anybody else's intentions towards us. Okay, so when we open up that part of ourselves, it is very, very sacred. It should never be taken lightly. The intentions, the magic in that, the transfer of spirits. You want to make sure that you're healthy and the person you're with is healthy, mentally, spiritually, physically. Yes. So sometimes we need to take a little bit more time interviewing our sexual conquests, if you will, right? To keep it nice and neat. So Spirit really put that heavy on me last night. You have to really be mindful, because when you don't do that, you are now harboring somebody else's sexual indiscretions, their pains, their hurts, their past lovers, all of that. You're taking it into your body, right? So then we're wondering, well, why am I having so many UTIs? I drink a lot of water. Why the bladder infection? Why the kidneys? Why I'm having stomach issues and pains? Now, medically, the practitioners will tell you, oh, take this, it's because of this. Well, from a metaphysical standpoint, we know better. Everything physical has a spiritual, emotional reason. So when I'm harboring resentment, when I'm blocking my solar plex because I've been violated by a lover, or just in general, right? Blocking my creativity, I am only stabbing myself. You ever seen somebody stab themselves? I hope you never do. It's a horrible thing to imagine, so let's not do that. But that is what you need to line that understanding up with when we talk about the solar plex and the yoni. This is where your fibroid tumors come from. Lack of giving birth to things that you should be giving birth to. Metaphysics. Science knows this. They understand it. It has been around since the beginning of time. Back to the basics. So pomegranate juice is good not only for the solar plex, but really good for balancing out the heart chakra. Why? Because the heart and sex are connected. Sex magic is real. Be mindful of men who understand the science behind it. Because if you're dealing with a man who's low vibrational and he's reaching for the low vibrational part of yourself where you don't know how to control your sexual urges or you don't understand the power behind it, he can come along and really literally suck the life out of you. Needless to say, it's not a good position. If it's happened, that's okay. Take the lesson. Now I'm required to fix it. Moving forward, I choose healthy sexual partners. I choose loving divine partners for myself. Why can I speak that as an affirmation, knowing that that is what the universe is going to give me back? Because that is what I am. I attract what I am. I observe those things that no longer serve me. I observe my older self, the person who made a lot of mistakes, good mistakes. I observe her from a standpoint of study and self mastery, but I'm no longer that woman, right? So taking your life literally, with all due respect, by the balls and being responsible for your sexual health. This is something that women need to talk about because we all don't win if one of us is gone. We all need to be winning. If one of us is winning and the other one is not, then your work is not done here on this planet. So, sexual energy, sexual magic. Let me tell you something. Be mindful of your energy. Do I want to share my spiritual gifts, my divine blessings, my feminine power with this man that is entering my body? This is the question that one must ask themselves. Am I satisfying a low vibrational desire to merely have sex? And for that, you got to get into some deep soul searching. You got to really understand the succubus and the incubus spirit. What are you giving your power over to? Mastering the art of celibacy really harnesses your power in a way that nobody will ever tell you. It is a science. It is real. So, I pray this message finds you on time. I pray that wherever you are sexually responsible. And that when you think of a man that you're laying down with, or whatever your sexual preference, you are doing a ritual. Sex is a real spiritual, ritual, magical act. Are you wanting to tie your soul to this person and anyone that you have tied your soul to, right? Because we got kids, we got children. I'm going to say children, right? A kid is a goat. My Muslim friend always reminds me. So we have children with some people that were karmic, that met us at our lowest vibrational point, that met us when we didn't really know who we were. So we co created, and that's okay. The beautiful part about the woman is that we can take the toxic parts of a man and recreate him in our womb. Oh, yeah. You better know the power that you harness. You better know the favor. You are the only portal from which life can come. You are the only person that God gave favor to give birth to a nation. That sacred space needs to be protected. So forgiving your old self, past lovers, not taking it out on the children that you've co-created, knowing that you really have the best version of that man, even if he was toxic, that you have the power to literally recreate him in your womb through another person that you now share a child with. This is power. This is solar plex. This is feminine health. This is divine woman manifested at the highest level. When you step into that spiritual realm and you really want to embark on your feminine nature, you are opening up the doors for knowledge and understanding to come into your life in areas that may have been dark previously. The universe supports divine connections, releasing fear, releasing doubt, releasing anger from past lovers, sexual experiences, people, places, and things that violated you. This is the shadow work. Protecting yourself and sending yourself light and love at times that you were sexually violated, that maybe you had no know-how and no understanding. Forgive that situation. Now I know what a wonderful learning experience that was. How detrimental was that? The power is transforming the detrimental circumstance into a blessing. This is where your true power lies. So sex magic. I'm going to do some more videos on this because I then want to talk to the divine masculines, because there's some succubus, incubus women out there too. Going for that good divine man. Honey, we are in the thick of it. And spirit wants us to be fully spiritually responsible for the way that we connect to other human beings. Literally connect. So with that being said, I thank you for being here, for allowing me to translate this message for you, giving you peace, love, and light. And peace be with you until the next time.